Critical's kind of like thoughts on it and like explain the situation to us. So yeah, that's what this is about.
A video game drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a player by the name of Kingsman who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student. And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously, and eventually, when Kingsman was trying to, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last in the tournament.
He dies. Okay, guys. Taste and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making me play shit. Of course I'm gonna play.
How do you not?
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. If the person with the 18-2 kill to death ratio is telling me what I should be doing in the game, I probably should let. Dude, the Black Widow is 0-5. Why is this a controversy? Look at the other teams kill to death. 8-2. 11-3, 11-1, 8-4. Not good, not good. But this man is 18-2. He's the best player on the fucking field, and you're telling me we're gonna say we're not gonna listen to you because we're playing a $40,000 tournament just because we feel like it? I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's some shit that will make me crash out. I ain't gonna lie, I'm willing to throw my entire career away if I'm playing for $40,000 and the people I'm supposed to win that $40,000 with tells me they're just here for the vibes. That shit will be my last day on fucking Earth. I'm not gonna lie.
See the problem right now.
Wait, first of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
See, like 0-5. It's the 0-5 niggas that are offended. I ain't gonna lie. This is some shit that you would see in 2K. I'm not gonna lie. Because bro, oh my god, it's giving me flashbacks.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes,
I'm getting value because I'm one.
I ain't gonna lie. Notice how. I'm not gonna say that because now niggas gonna get offended. Oh my god, I can't believe he said.
The Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw this a couple days ago, and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all.
Right.
So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win. And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing. From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point, we should make a switch. This isn't working. Our Widow is 0-5 and 0, which is a very fair point and a good suggestion because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here. Like 18-2, he was kind of going Insano style. I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact. And that's where most of the drama stems from. Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because, again, just go play quick play or something. Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it?
Isn't there like entry fees for tournaments too? Didn't they? So they got paid to get dropped off. Like niggas literally pay to get embarrassed. Like I ain't gonna lie. These are the exact type of people that have never done anything, like, have never had any pressure in their life at all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, these are the type of niggas that have A, never played in the sport, B, have never, like, been a part of any sort of team environment. I can tell. Because the way they just talking, it's like, bro, nigga, we can win 40K. We can win 40K and y'all are offended that I'm telling the worst player on the team to pick someone else. I ain't gonna lie.
He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies. And then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted a piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful.
$3,000.
So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament, there's going to be that, maybe we should look at this, maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today, mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things
She's
like,
the team captain? Wait, so Cece. Okay, Cece, let's reveal your work since you're the team captain, right? She gotta have her name on here somewhere. KCC, a kill to death ratio of 3 and 5. Yeah, you're not the team captain. Oh wait, no, 5 and 4. You are a walking 500 ball club. What the? I ain't gonna lie. If I'm constantly outperforming the team captain, I am the team captain. Fuck, I don't give a fuck what roles are assigned really on. All that energy to become T500 on PC and controller. I'm pretty sure he spent like all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. All this because he told you to make a change? Because he told probably your bestie to probably not play this character because you're not doing anything with her? Oh shit, I'm muted.
All 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're a streamer. Why are you using that as an insult against him? I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, you know, maybe his attitude could grind your gears because he was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps, and he did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, you know, switching. It's not happening. Look, which I think is a pretty hostile response to that, because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being like necessarily overbearing with it or anything like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. Like, he never got personal. He was never like insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see like a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was a significant amount of money on the line. And if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer, which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions
What's the context of the comment?
Okay. He didn't start like, you know, stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, all right, we'll do it. We'll run it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say like, look, told you so. Can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Like, yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times. Like, would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about this? But that isn't not taking no for an answer. That is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament. He then continued to insult Kingsman and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord, saying, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community? Fire emoji. This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's calling out the people that were supporting Kingsman, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she has been the most openly toxic, like vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now like his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of like really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just like a giant insult against all women who play video games. That is absolutely happening, and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely.
Totally.
But she, from what I can tell when this message was sent, was talking about like anyone that was expressing support for Kingsman, and I'm sure there probably were some like absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to like anyone that was supporting Kingsman, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy, especially considering she has by far been the most mean and nasty about this. Kingsman, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to like actively say like, hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, he was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Character? No, I know, bro. Everyone thinks this guy's a loser. Kingsman's a
like a
loser.
bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing.
But when people get their shit off and make their jokes, because he wasn't even talking to you. You was the group leader, and you're not even. You probably wasn't even top 2. She wasn't even top 2. But we're joining. Oh God. Ugh. But and you want to know what's crazy? She's playing the game right here. She's playing the game. She's literally on the game. I don't know who she played. She has to only play with her friends. There's no way. She has never played with randoms a day in her life. Because there's just no way. I refuse to believe that this is a grown woman that has ever played with randoms. Ever played with someone that wasn't in her Discord or she didn't do IRL.
Play Widow.
I need this for my college.
Damn.
I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining like why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself, we're still playing Widow. That's all we're gonna do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this money means something to you, because it doesn't to us. That second clip...
Like, so we're just not gonna try. Like, it's like, so they get on the game expecting to lose? She plays the game, so she just wants to get on to lose? I don't understand that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. This is how you know people suck at a game. I'm not saying she does specifically or her friends, but this is how you know, or no, maybe I am saying it kind of, I guess so. But like, this is how you know certain people just suck at a game. When they constantly play it a lot, and because the stats say what they said, they're not that good, or at least against, you know, the best players, right? Because they were playing against, I think, good players. It was a tournament. But when people tell you, hey, you're not playing good, let's make an adjustment, they say no, we're just here to have fun, and we're still getting dropped off, and you're still playing like shit, I'm not gonna lie. That is the definition of a bad player. That is the literal definition of a bad player. I'm sorry, bro. This is getting me amped up.
That is not Cece. That is someone else named Lucy, whom has deleted this VOD, so I can't even find the full context here, but from the sound of things, she is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college student, so then she's like making fun of him.
Or just maybe we'll just want to win a game.
Threw in an absolutely revolting 6'7" meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited. There's also another clip of her talking about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one. I guess since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip too.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel.
For real. Anyways,
Support Kingsman like it's Israel.
whatever you have in your head, I have a genuine question.
What's that?
I think everyone has a genuine question.
What was the question? I wanted to hear it, but okay.
After seeing that segment there, I don't know why she would be saying something like that with this. Again, the whole
She's been like beefing with this guy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Having a whole beef over a tournament that you didn't even really care about being in, even though you was still in. I don't know.
What I can tell is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what the question she was about to ask is. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly like making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not CC. This was not someone that played on Kingsman's team. I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way. It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the widow's boyfriend. The tournament organizer initially like doubled down saying, nope, I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules. And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily. So now he's like singing a very different tune about how, you know, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with Kingsman. It's very clear that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here, the people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's, like, difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Also, Kaplunk, whom was the boyfriend in this story, is reaching out with an apology, saying...
okay, so I guess the event organizers, they were told misleading information. Okay. So they were telling information, they were being told information that was not true, I guess, to get him out. Kingsman, I am reaching out to apologize and talk about the way things went down. In this case, I don't know why you spell in like that. I went about it completely the wrong way. I overstepped. Ozzy told me to leave it alone in confidence and dumb impulse decisions. Kingsman, I am sorry for sending the clips which caused racism to kick you from the event. The Google Doc release was one-sided and painted you in a extremely negative light. With my bias, I shouldn't have gone out of my way to involve myself in a situation I was not a part of. Zaza, whatever. Raza, I am sorry for going behind your back to release the document despite you wanting me not to do. This has been a massive wake-up call, and if there's any hate to be directed at anyone, it is me, not Zaza or Kingsman.
That he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses. The demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament organizer to kick him, the Google Doc, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, CC, the team captain, the one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, I'm sorry, I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry and ended up lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. A community note even got hot dropped on here.
Damn. Readers out of context, they thought people might want to know. Even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash. So basically, this is a bullshit PER stunt. That's
straight off the battle bus saying, even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash. So that apology didn't really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. You know, Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to like actively calm things down to the best of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond anyone's wildest expectations. And Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe was last night. So a bit of a happy ending for Kingsman. Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep.
Moist Critical. Fuck! Oh, alright. But Moist Critical, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't like, if you don't want to be in competitive space, don't be in one. Like if you want to, like, people want to win, and it's like, okay, so if you are doing something for good and vibes, that's perfectly fine. If you want to do that, just do that in casual. But if it's something, if it's something where you join a competitive game in like a competitive game mode in a competitive setting, then it's gonna be competitive, and the people you play with are gonna be competitive. So like, just if you want to play a certain type of way, play the certain type of modes. If you don't want to play a certain type of way, stay away from those, because or else situations like this is gonna happen where people that are competitive meet people that are not, and it just leads to this whole debacle.